Webb, you overpraise the kid. You are going to make him fail. It's you guys who cause problems to these young English players. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. What was that? This boy shows up again at the biggest stage of football, and in the first half, he's near perfect, if not perfect, if there's anything like that in football. Meanwhile, Luke Shaw is back to start helping us try to figure out what exactly we want to do with the left back position. At least it's easier to make a decision when everyone is at least available or showing signs of being fit. My name is Webb. This is the United Sport. Like, share, and subscribe. It's a quick wrap up of anything Manchester United. Drop a comment, like the video, and give me your 2 cents. Describe KOBBIE MAINOO in one word. But also, on a scale of how would you rate Luke Shaw's cameo, playing for the first time since February after that long injury layoff? How did you feel seeing him back on the pitch? Honestly, we know that Luke Shaw is such an important player for especially Man United. When he's on the pitch, we're a whole different load. Even for England, that's why Gareth Southgate gambled and said, you know what, I would rather have you come late in the tournament and give me a few minutes than leave you home watching. So he did it, and indeed, he was swinging in crosses, something they clearly were lacking without a naturally footed left back. But that's England for you. Again, they managed to scrap through and make it to the semi-final of the Euros. And I tell you what's funny, I've been looking at these Euros and I'm thinking, besides Spain, all the other clubs are beatable. Even Turkey, yeah, Turkey I think has been another better performer, but it's not a tournament team. It will be beaten probably by the Netherlands. No, by the time, because as I'm doing this, the game is going on. But the thing is, I I think England can surprise people and just somehow forge a way until they make it to the final and even win the title. They could forge a way and it comes home like they love to call it. Not because they're a good team, but because they have got individuals and they rely on moments. And when it comes to tournaments and competitions like this, at times you rely on individual brilliance because they have got, you saw what Bukayo Saka did, they have got KOBBIE there, they have got Palmer, they have got Bellingham, Hurricane, they have got individuals who can turn up when they have to and score the goals. And that's all you need to win a tournament. So whereas we are bashing England for playing the worst football, Gareth Southgate might be seated and feeling, you know what? We actually have a chance at winning this. But anyway, he has got arguably for me the best player. For the third, for me, KOBBIE was the best England player when he was on. Of course, him and Bukayo Saka, to be honest, to be fair. But look at those stats in the first half. 100% pass accuracy, 100% tackles won, 100% duels won, 24 out of 24 completed passes, 2 interceptions, 2 shots, 2 tackles. He was ranking at #1 in every facet of the game. This is the 19-year-old wonder boy. And in fact, many people were shocked when Gareth Southgate pulled him off in the substitution he made. But of course, it paid off because later on they got a goal. So if it works, then perhaps it's good. But I think not so many people would have said the same if it hadn't gone that way. If Bukayo Saka, for instance, did not pull off that magic of his usual magic and score, I don't know whether these teams prepare, because that is the signature goal by Bukayo Saka. He has scored so many of those at Arsenal. I wonder why the Switzerland midfielders and defenders couldn't tame that. But anyhow, that's what you get from individual brilliant players when they show up. But the thing for me is whenever I look at KOBBIE play for England, honestly, and with all the weaknesses that I see in Gareth Southgate, KOBBIE plays for me. I enjoy KOBBIE more playing for England because I feel like he's more expressive. He expresses himself a lot more. He has not scored a goal yet, but you can see a KOBBIE who is playing with life, with enjoyment, and he's so involved in everything. He's not exactly restricted. He's initiating things. He's proactive. He's going places. He's everywhere. He's asking for the ball. He's enjoying you playing his football when he's playing for England. I know at Man United we've seen him, and that's why we saw him. That's why England saw him to call him. But I don't really see that yet, and I don't want to rely a lot on the past season because we know the issues we had in the past season. I'm hoping that with the signings we're about to make, with everything that Ineos is changing at Man United, with what Erik ten Hag and the backroom staff is bringing in, I'm hoping that it changes. But I think one of the things that Erik ten Hag has got to improve, and starting next week when he go into prison, of course, KOBBIE won't be there, but whenever he joins in, I think because, and I'll drop a video later speaking about the things I believe Eric Ten Hag should improve. Yes, we're excited that Eric Ten Hag kept his job. It's what we wanted, but we all know, me and you, there are a lot of things that Eric Ten Hag has got to improve on. Not just the players, even him as Eric Ten Hag, he has got to improve on certain things. For me, one of the things I feel Ten Hag has got to improve on is his usage of KOBBIE MAINOO. I still feel he does not use him to the best of his abilities. We are yet to see the best of KOBBIE. Well, partly that's because maybe next to him he didn't have the right number 6 next to him. Partly because perhaps he needed to have him contribute a lot to the defensive work. I'm hoping if we bring in Ugarte or whichever number 6 we bring in, I'm hoping KOBBIE is going to be released, because my feeling is KOBBIE needs to be supporting Bruno more, playing that free role. You see the way they interplay with Jude Bellingham, whereas it doesn't come off well. It doesn't really it doesn't pay a lot of dividends. But you see the moments when it's working, it's good. So I'm thinking if KOBBIE plays with Bruno in a similar under deployment, because this is a club. I mean, here at the national team, they meet themselves. They meet each other for a short time. They don't really have a lot of time to work on the patterns and gel together. Really, that's what it is with the national team. You have players for 5 days, for only a few days. But I'm thinking with Man United, if Eric Ten Hag can get the right number 6, KOBBIE and Bruno can be extremely lethal. If KOBBIE is freed and is expected to contribute naturally to the attack, because that's where that's his game. I don't know whether you can see my badge, by the way. No, I don't want it to be negligible. I hope you see it. So for me, that's the thing. That's the one of, and for me, it's one of the most important things that Eric Ten Hag has got to improve on. Because KOBBIE, yes, we saw him and we know how good he is, but we haven't seen his best because he's been restricted and rationed to, yes, go into the attack, but don't go so deep. But we've seen that when he has gone into the box, got himself into the box, he's lethal. Even for England, I would have to say a game where KOBBIE plays without Bellingham in. Maybe, of course, not that they should bench Bellingham really, but if it happens, I want it to happen, and I watch an England game with Bellingham not playing with KOBBIE, but KOBBIE is the main guy then, because if Bellingham is there, certainly he's the main guy getting into those spaces. But I'm sure there are those spaces where you feel if KOBBIE was there, maybe he could have destroyed them. So for me, that's one of the key areas I'm thinking that Eric Ten Hag has got to borrow a little leaf from the freedom that KOBBIE gets playing for England. That's why I said it before, that I feel like uh, like uh, Gareth Southgate has shown that he uses KOBBIE a little than Eric Ten Hag. But again, disclaimer, we understand why. Ten Hag had issues. The biggest problem was the lack of a proper number 6, and he needed to have all the support from all the strikers, the midfielders, the attacking midfielder. Everyone needed to support in the defensive work. But bringing Ugarte, and my thinking is we should be releasing KOBBIE, because we need KOBBIE to contribute more to the attack. We say we don't have creativity, or only creativity is from Bruno. If you pair and partner KOBBIE well to give him freedom with Bruno, trust me, those two, add Ahmad on one wing, Hoyland on the other, Garnacho on the other. Trust you me, it's going to be a creativity overload. Trust you me, it's going to, because you've got a Bruno who is so creative with even one touch, one pass, and what? Extremely creative. His intelligence levels are at the same level as KOBBIE. So meaning you saw the goal they scored against Man City. That takes a lot of intelligence, and you're thinking if KOBBIE was not at the brilliance of Bruno, he was not going to get that pass, even and vice versa. So you're thinking if they gel and work together on something, they could be extremely difficult to tame. They could create a lot of chances and open up defenses easily, because they are both good users of the ball. KOBBIE is even better than Bruno, if you ask me, in terms of ball usage when it's on the feet. Bruno is good at seeing a pass. He's good at shooting. So I feel like Eric Ten Hag has got, and that's why I kept saying consistently that for me in this summer transfer window, the most important position for Man United to sort is the number 6. If we get the right number 6, a solid number 6, KOBBIE will be released and be expected to do a lot, to try and sprint back a lot and try and cover spaces, because that's where he gets tired, and it derails him in terms of giving us more where we need him. That's in contributing to the attack. But that said, I think this was such a good game. I think it's been a while since I enjoyed KOBBIE like this. I thought he was, he enjoyed himself in the first half, whereas it was a largely dead game. If you ask me, boring and stuff. For me, I just enjoy seeing KOBBIE on the ball, taking initiative. He said it himself. His strength in his game is wanting the ball. He's always asking for the ball. Give me the ball. He wants the ball. He lives for the ball, and I think it's a good thing. So he is in the semi-final of the Euros. And guess what? In his debut season, he could even win the Euros, or should be, even not could. I think he will be among the best 11 squad at the Euros. It's without a shadow of a doubt. I think he will. That is KOBBIE MAINOO for you. I think I know that Lamal will be there, KOBBIE will be there. Maybe Saka might be fixed in somewhere there. I think him and Bellingham, of course, Bellingham will. I think they are the three English players who will be there. 3 or 4, depending on how far they go. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. But anyway, let me stick to KOBBIE. That's, of course, my process. Now, when it comes to the players we're bringing in, guys, because this is the transfer track, I've got to talk about transfers. Well, Joshua Zirkzee and Delete this week will be done. That's it. My name is Webb. This is the United of Sport. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me catch you later, fam.